Right, Ebusia obe like video no share dia mo bi foforo na ono nso anya bi ahwe hu nsem a ekoso wo ye man Ghana mu na Hon. Sammi Awuku edi nsem bi atodwa edi se badwen ba utimi efemu abayi pa ni nyina ne se nsuo yiri ye eba ye yenim se mampanyi John Mahama edi betudwa se 300 million Ghana cedis yemfa nko na yemfa mu 150 emfa hwe kwan a betimi afaso na yesi flooding na no kwan na afenso 150 no nso no wona omo aka no yemfa ema womo na omo ensane womo kakra na enyina nim se nipa 400,000 ena assistance now statistically omo homeless a chese omo ye displaced na over sa 150 million Ghana cedis na aban no allocated ya omo kra na ye kase ye cha sebio 400 Ghana cedis kra no single person bia no onya na chese aban no effort a oputu se odebua sa victims no ensheda emwa ewo form ye papa anya asem ketwa na fast forward ene electricity bill akosro afi light bill eno nsuso akosro a water bill ne de akika hu ni nyina no etimi apagya ha adwen ye papa na eno na Hon.Sammi Awuku edi tudwa se ye nyina beka ya abra covid-19 ebaye na Akufo-Addo etimi hweye ma nsuo ene nyinam kane hu nsensem kra no okan se yendwentwen so ma obia entua se be ya obia ho bahinha no na brepam no yetumi etua de ahyem nanso we de ankoba ne sa abra amanfo hu kyiri wo mo na nsuo yiri fa wo mo no afi kra na NDC aban etimi atu water bill ni light bill mu na ohwe we ebeboa amoman no etimi akoso ana Sammi Awuku wadi nkomo bebre abusua enjebre na yenkotie ne nsem ne bi yenso ya adwenkyere efa nsem a odi begu apron so no yemfa into comment section.
They are asking you that we are not going to even have sympathy on you, but to compound the hardship. I think that Mr. President, if there was ever a time that he needed to stand by us, it was yesterday. And I believe that when we had COVID, Akufo-Addo said to himself, he was willing to break the vote at the bank to help protect lives. We know how to bring our economy back, but we don't know how to bring lives back. And when people are dying, we don't spit on their grave. Instead, you protect those who are even living and assure them of better days. I think that tariff increment for me has been a disaster. It's been a disaster and very insensitive, and it clearly demonstrates the fact that the NDC at this point in time seem to have been disconnected from the realities on the ground. The president, in his own words, said 300 million cedis is being released to help. He said 150 million out of that is going to be used for flood mitigating efforts to help prevent maybe the extent of damage when we have rains. The other 150 million is supposed to support relief effort and more or less also to support victims. You have in excess of 400,000 people being displaced by the floods. Have lost their vehicles, they've lost their lifetime savings, they've lost their capital, and for some it is almost a suicide point. 150 million, if you divide it by 400,000 people, that's a rough estimate of people who have been displaced and heavily affected. None of them will get more than 400 cedis. How? You've seen all your life savings. We are not saying give them back their life savings, but you cannot be that insensitive to the extent that everybody should come and queue for 400 Ghana when the person has lost almost every belonging of his. 24 hours after the disaster, NADMO had not even distributed blanket, not a single mosquito net. But the thing Sammi say yes, na do danko Akufo-Addo government no mutitisika so nti na ye enye no kre. World Bank aba e de asema betu ja say enti sa enyeme bi wo wa the present finance minister they are to akwemwa emwa, and that is the main reason why they are not releasing those funds. Why are we not telling the people of Ghana the truth? They come crunch omo say enyeme bi wo wa ye as government. Let's take that bold winning and tell the people the truth. Say yeah mistake anke you tutu enyeme ya anke sikin ka aba. My contractors are called back to the site to continue with the work. But here you didn't crunch for me a champ tro. Me a sanswa fa helicopter kosro. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia echo crofofie echo empathizing with them no. We saw everything wrong with that step now of fire, and you were condemning it.
but you never saw it wise to condemn your president and our president. Say adeni si ye no ba tu akoyem anka bra from where na be hwe de ekoswe
apart from say
na stand up be kosoro no ene no de baye a wo so wo sori ye wa kosoro last year na stand up be ene no wie mu no de no de baye wo so sori this year na wo tu ana mo kosoro ho no ne na wo so de ba Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e bank of e konkrofo fie no. Do you know what that does to people? So we are ho anase bibi asem tu na wo bi tu anamo kura ba ofie no de ne sakra tu wo say mu e tia wo e kasa kire wa e boost wo moral e ma wo say wo so se bi wo kan nipa ho na kan nipa de what is there more than say wo be kire nipa say you understand their situation and you are with them. And when we say Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia on your president, but abadaye onim how it feels for people to be in such situations and to on too for you on your sir.
Yes, sure, baby. I can be assessment how to assess.
No, my main fast say me nkosi. And honestly speaking, some national Thanksgiving service now omoye. Unfortunately for the people, they didn't read the room. People are condemning the whole thing. Why are you wearing white? And a room, you have to wear white. Knowing fully well that we are still taking dead bodies from waterways. As we are speaking right now. And that so should share our loved ones.
Okay, but now we do something. What do we have at the council? Yes, sure, baby. I can be say baby assessment, how to assess a situation. For instance, Galamsey here koswe. When I'm car kwan say koso, but so full plane. That's what I'm doing. We need a clear picture of the situation on the grounds. Who ye change say when I'm from, and to assess flooding and no. Sir, Odipanebe Nanti from. And it say obefa wiemu as a assessment no and we end the man with the clear picture of what is happening the idea one kasapo be who the ekoso kasapa emu de wen and
honestly speaking no as the NDC for no they still do not understand say we are in a modern world na sebi yenu say drones wo ho and a drone system no say the city no ebetumi akodwem akotwitwa samfoni nyina na omopese omunhunu even in his room or in their boardroom they can sit there with pens and papers or probably their tablets or whatever and technical people while the drones are taking the footage no na enkrofo de adwene ema wo mo ho sebi enye me na mekire o mo say there is drone and drones can do that work. What you say? And it is a political party be a buyer. I catch there say drone delivery system now you deliver medicines no. It's a misplaced priority. I'm not going to be surprised that they will be telling us that they have to be on the air to see what is going on because it's like they are not in touch and they are not really like in tune with technology. Papa, they say they made a mess out of themselves in this particular flood situation because this is not the first time we are faced with flood and so we were looking saying they will up their game omo the big floor beto akwan mo buy 2 solid years ni almost 2 solid years ni oh say 1.5 year there ya twemko aname boy
1.5 years
1.5 yes ye ko 2 no anka by now the anka Gary project any DSC last year and at least nka mo hwe de mo be ya mo betumi aye de ene nyama tutu akwan
Gary the mo ye
but we put a hold to it
Gary project mo ye duru hifa because 2019 2020 2021 the fan say 2020 21 22 23 24 at least by 5 years so 5 years no
ma to say achimota ho no mo baby ya ye big gutters e wo ho no N1 road is for him. I know, but that's why it's so they haven't finished the work. What you say? They haven't finished the work. That is why they have to continue.
5 years.
You can't say what they did or where they have gotten to is enough to solve the issue. We are saying that there is need for them to continue. Let's not belittle the conversation on this particular platform. Let's not make it about MPP, NDC. Let's make it about the fact that but let's make it about the fact that some people are sleeping on the job for 1 and 6 months. What are we doing to add on to the work that they have already done? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. And only
okay.
Say you secure your funding. But because of a nearby NDC for INT, funds World Bank for say yam for sikane mamudu. Let's start doing the right thing. What you say? Let's start doing the right thing.
Okay.
And just like what kind say World Bank aba bontenso aba be kan krena kire say some things are finance ministry ne ye ntina sikanin to be back for them to continue. What we should be doing right now is to be asking the government to start doing the right thing.
Okay.
Send you be sika na ya continue project no.
Alright.
Na sa blame game no. Maybe men person may blame game too much, but the may ne say me kan no kra no actually NDC for say they are sleeping on the job and that they should wake up. Na nkrofo ogugu
okay
obatan okowo ye say 1 month ni nyame agenekra every nsem all because of say ye tutu ye nuama who babies that they have to put on top of buildings. It's sad. Binimu adwene say omo na wiase mu ha nyina sebi wisdom ewo mutim. Unfortunately for Franto people, me at times I feel for them because am I confused. So money current political party na government no and a and also opposition they are confused. When it comes to issues of national interest, how to even address the situation. Whether they are talking for the people or they are talking for themselves. We to me anopa we ade am sister here wa hanu munyi na wutumi hu say oyaw disappointment na wo munyaye as a result of the electoral defeat Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia edema omo penyini ntini no as anytime bia ye bebo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia din no they start losing their minds and they just cannot articulate.
Sir.
Yes. My man can be being true. From beginning, no, Makacha say Garrett project ye can wasem ye crampono. Anka yen na do down time one. Anka yen ya shekra and fire no kase yes something to even mitigate flooding. We should applaud them for that. They just know how my sister, please, when you were talking, I didn't say know how to create a what you say. You should even be applauding the man say idea you see here abra no onye omampenyi krampo no buy otu one amo. We should be applauding for him, but you are not doing that, and I will not fault you because it's a political thing. But see, na make someone chiro na me person me boss some of the projects are ye. Are you aware say as part of the Garrett project no boye no they were able to build your friend say alarm system they be to media catch them microphone say hey munya careful na nso beto enso ne to ebeyiri enti mu amotete han because Ghana ha yen na yen baby it's flood proof and we have done it
when
almost say almost say flood early warning system equipment procured and installed in June 2024. Safe havens. I cannot give you the location, but it is that you can call GMET or have the Ghana Meteorological Force. They have that system in place.
What's a bro alarm?
Yes.
And it's a system who blew alarm. So
what happened? We are asking the government say we install the system. What happened to that system?
Install Ebro like so call or maybe say
let's not be mischievous this morning. We want to be some say where is it exactly? Information say it has been installed. When I woke up, you say omode to adenta.
Then why are you saying it?
I'm saying it because it has been done. You can verify. That is why you have to verify.
And you mean I make when I was so
you can contact GMET.
Ghana meteorological for some contact on Uncle.
Oh, they need to be contacted. I have given you the information, and if you need verification, it is now on you to verify that information.
Who say when I'm going to feed no and I'm going to install
yes
alarm system and I'm going to install everybody already actually
yes
say so ba pan so ba o na see you when I'm install there na mo install wo hefa
and I say ya installing wo Ghana ha say baby potting dey meet me try na mama catch say you can contact GMET bisa wo mo say you say Ghana they are installing a system to make sure say a heads up when there's going to be a flood. You should be doing the confirmation.
And you may confirm.
Okay, but I have given you the information. The immediate people you can contact to verify what I have told you is GMET. It is now left on to you and the good people of Ghana to verify.
Okay. So the waka.
Memaka no a woman no achro.
No waka no kwena baby ade no don't you mean ka?
Oh, then I'll get you that information. If you want to know exactly where it is located, I will tell you. Enti makachi say MPP before we left government, we were able to install an alarm system to inform the country say flood there is a system in place that should tell us. The question I am asking those people responsible for that particular unit and say, why is it that they didn't give us a heads up?
That was 2024, right?
Yes, in June 2024, before we left government.
June.
Yeah, sir.
And I'm installed, but my information say
we installed a flood. They call it a flood early warning system equipment. Yes. Yeah. And you completed the Atomic East Land protected from encroachers. Atomic East Land, almost say there's a land there. They are protecting it from encroachers. Of course, a wetland. And they were able to protect those wetlands. No, I must say the Odo River, it saw some dredging. There was continuous dredging ever since our MPP was so. But we free abansono as a giant dredging of the Odo River.
Okay.
And now the Achimota, Abofu, South Kaneshi, Dr. Busia Highway, and Nima Paloma Odona drains contracts, they were all signed and handed over. And see, all this information is there for us to go and verify. And now, as someone making, it is there. You will pay information, they say, will verify. You can go and verify. But say there will be some say, where exactly is that system? They meet me now exactly where it is. But I can tell you who can give us that answer. And I'm the catcher say meteorological form. Baby potting this equipment. But there is an equipment that is set aside or put in place to ensure say this abesia. Young boy money. And to me question I may be buying now no power in the say. Sa system now you procure yen. What happened to that system? I went to me and answer.
And Tina, I'm common I am then say. Musi my procure my install I walk on one some. This is I didn't my ye. It is I the idea. You to machine way any you could see her. A year Juma and send your 2024. And I'm install machine 2024. It's a alarm system a bit me a boy and be saying so by nothing so to be at this. And this machine need to see her. Mumisa na ye Juma. About we buy no machine see her no. Ewe not yet to me agina so the and common, but me say your brain into no.
2 minutes.
30 seconds, 30 seconds.
My makers
memory first 2 minutes in here, sorry.
Wow. Sa project here can I told you say project no. MDC for buy as solely because finance ministry no omo ye nneema bi amount to 2 year ninti. And now World Bank, they are not releasing the remaining funds.
Okay.
And I'm a catcher will say the work is in phases. And to say yeah, some phase I could do time beer. And was a most money the moment and I'm continue the work to see the completion of this particular work. Now, someone now can say, may say, your friend is saying, the president's time on Kwane ya Torrentem etono, and that I didn't say it well. Again, the church say mankan ye. Again, the church say me mankan ye. The president himself can say amabu pominti.
Okay.
And so ento Ghana. Okay. So ono buy with amabu pa. Na se nso na to abrosua and one share say you bit no ye de aso ano na ye ba betna. Let's not reduce the conversation to just insulting leaders. Let's upgrade the conversation and tell people what we have achieved. Na stand up before committee na almost set here no when this almost a report to be if 1 minute if 2 minutes na 2 minutes na interior minister only here koso when it comes to flag ye ba ye no and to you people what confused Mompa baby na monjana
obi a wa provide solution a ene na ebetumi aboa ma better Ghana ba eyeme
adintra
na some ebo boss ana Betty Wanti ebia na ebia
from the very beginning we are education the basics
mebo boy say you come here we educate the crowd na no pay eyeme na recycle na the kind of dey you my heading wo wi asisi a e you be so better than you communicate the discipline macho
to aso
eduma heading wo wi asisi a e so be MPP communicator because yeah no omo fi say ya better but omo fi say you fifie o ye nim ne wo fie ho
they are bitter
what they say ye nim ne wo fie ho. It is a better kasi ya better. I won't fault you. Media too. Nanka maya better no. Nanka sabi u Jimmy and my boss so.
Sabi when Jimmy. I'm not
Efia